Got this DM from Heather.
Hey, Ben and Kelly. I need to vent a little.
Okay.
So my homeowners association president sent out a letter telling the residents they need to stop allowing their dogs to poop in other people's yards.
Okay.
Then the rest of the neighbors in my neighborhood decided to write things that bothered them too.
Oh.
Things like grass clippings in the road, mowing the grass without a shirt on, cats tearing up gardens, and so on and so on.
All right.
I finally replied back and said, can't we all just get along?
Okay.
Does everyone have crazy neighbors now, or is it just my little slice of the earth? Have y'all ever had problems with your neighbors? Thanks, guys.
I guess I had a neighbor who actually I'm still neighbors with, but she was adamant that we have an outdoor cat. We have two kind of outdoor cats, but one of them specifically, she was adamant that we kept on a leash. And
a cat on a leash?
Yeah, she was wanting us to keep our cat on a leash because she was convinced our cat was coming over to her yard and ruining her garden. But I mean, honestly, maybe she was. I
was gonna say, if you don't think that's crazy, you might be the crazy neighbor.
I know. I don't know if I have specific proof that she was. But at the time, it was like,
that makes sense.
There are leash laws for animals. So, St. Matthew's has leash laws. So whether you have a chicken, a weasel, or a cat,
really,
it needs to be on a leash. And so, she was going to call animal control on our cat.
Do they make those?
So, yeah. We have a leash for our cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like if we have an indoor cat, we have a couple indoor cats, Fred and Maeve, and if Fred wants to go outside, we'll stick him on the leash and like tie him to the front porch just so he can't go anywhere, so he can sit and pretend like he's an outdoor cat for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's precious.
Yeah, that's just so he doesn't run off and run under the sewer like he normally does.
Yeah.
And then we got a bigger problem on our hands. So anyways, I don't think, and we were not convinced that our cat was actually messing up her garden. For years, it was like, we were just kind of like with this neighbor, like, oh, come on, lady. Like, what are you doing? And then, then I want to say one time we may have caught her over there, our cat over there, and gone,
oh no.
Oh, maybe it was true.
Maybe she's got a point.
Maybe it was true. Maybe she wasn't so crazy, and maybe we were vilifying her for no reason.
Maybe we need to send her a gift basket saying sorry, or a new plant.
Yeah. Anyways, that's just my slight. Maybe I am the problem neighbor.
I think you are the crazy neighbor.
Because
I think that's, yeah.
I've mowed my grass without a shirt on. I've also left grass clippings in the road. Not a lot. I like if I get a lot in the road, I'll run through I'll zip by with the old lawnmower and blow them back my way. But
yes, but as far as like the dogs pooping in other people's yard, if you're walking your dog, what are you supposed to do? Prevent your dog from pooping? Like they're gonna poop. I would say just make sure you clean up after your dog.
Well, but
that's
I know
a valid request.
Yeah, but I know that some people, and I'll walk in my dog, and I'm a good dog owner. I want to say. I will clean up after my dog every single time.
You bring the baggies.
Yeah, for sure. And when we would go by this one lawn on our block, and the people were always out on the porch. They were always watching.
Oh,
and
God,
their
and
lawn,
then they're watching your dog poop in their yard?
And their lawn was manicured, and they had like the signs and things, and the dog's going to go where the dog's going to go.
The dog doesn't read signs.
Yeah, the dog doesn't care. It's like, you know what? That's your problem, buddy. I'm dropping right here.
This looks a really nice place to do my business.
Yeah, and so, maybe I am.
That is awkward.
Maybe I am a crazy neighbor.
Yeah, I think you are.
I don't know if I can accuse anybody else in my neighborhood of being crazy except me.
No, yeah, I think you're the one. I think you're wearing that crown. And maybe now you're just, you know what? What a day. You're just realizing now that all of your neighbors have been thinking about you being the crazy neighbor.
But I will say, Danielle texts in with a good point. Cats kill moles. That they do.
Oh, yes.
Both Guinness and Eggs, my two outdoor cats, they are mole killers. And bird killers. But, I mean, mole killers for one.
Right. Okay, Favorite Brad is suggesting maybe you need to send a handwritten note saying I'm sorry.
You know what? What's done is done. I don't think we need to worry about that anymore. That's water under the bridge now. All right. So, hey, what is your crazy neighbor story? Would love to hear yours. 502-795-1997. Maybe you're like me and don't realize you're the crazy neighbor until you start talking it all out.
Figure that out. Yep.
All right. 502-795-1997. Would love to hear your stories on the way. To stop allowing their dogs to poop in other people's yards. And then other people started chiming in with all the stuff that they hate too, that people do. After hearing Heather's issue, I realized I'm probably the crazy neighbor in my neighborhood.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
I got a message from a listener. I was living in this apartment and had a media server set up to stream movies and stuff over the networks to my Xbox and PS3. Well, the PS3 for some reason couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi, so I left it unsecured. I caught my neighbors on my network once. After that, I had complete control over anything that connected to my network.
Oh, wow.
I would send weird print jobs to their printer.
Oh, no.
Sometimes I'd just write random notes on a Word document and print that to their printer.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow! Other times I'd send himself warnings from his future self.
Oh, what?
And would specifically cite connecting to neighbors' Wi-Fi as a catalyst for future catastrophes.
Oh, wow.
They didn't use my Wi-Fi for very long. I didn't know that you could actually do that.
I didn't either.
Like if you connected to somebody's Wi-Fi, they could use their Wi-Fi to reach you.
That's crazy.
Is that just me being ignorant?
No, I've never heard of that.
How that all works?
Never heard of that.
Wow.
Shannon said, my neighbor literally goes off the deep end if I cut 1 inch into his yard. Here's the kicker. We cut our grass on the same days. Our mower deck's height is the same. Like, dude is ready to fight over 1 inch of grass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
well.
There was a while ago, I remember I shared a yard and it was, there was like a dispute over where the line was. And so I wouldn't mow past this one point and they wouldn't mow past this other point and there'd be a strip
that didn't get mowed by either of you. Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm not mowing it. That's yours. I'm not mowing it. That's yours. Gosh, I really am the crazy. I need to stop talking.
I think you need to. This is a good self-examination kind of a moment for you. We need to assess how we are with our neighbors. Oh, this is a good one. Caroline said this just happened yesterday.
Oh,
last Sunday. I had to put my trash can out at noon because I was working a long nursing shift. Mm-hmm. Well, that really pressed some buttons. There was an anonymous group chat to the whole neighborhood basically saying they were going to remove trash cans left out. So this is how I responded. She laminated a little sign, put it on her trash can and said, please don't take my trash can. If this can is left out longer than what is deemed appropriate, I'm sorry. I often work long and unpredictable hours caring for patients in their final moments.
Aww.
Thank you for understanding. Wow. That should shut down the group chat right there.
Oh, my God.
Just shut it down. She works in hospice care.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness. That's
okay.
a good one.
Those are good.
You never know what's going on in people's lives. And if their trash can's out there a little longer, there's probably good reason for it. They don't want to miss pickup, but they're not going to be able to get it out there like right before it gets picked up.
Wait till you hear this. Got a message from a listener. One day my neighbors were shooting arrows from their backyard over their house.
Oh my gosh.
Into their front yard.
What?
I live in the suburbs. This wasn't on a farm.
Oh my gosh.
This was in a residential neighborhood.
What if they have bad aim and it ends up in the street?
What if anything? What if someone's an Uber Eats person's coming up?
Exactly. Or somebody's walking by and they get stabbed by your arrow. What the heck?
All fun and games until someone gets an arrow through the foot.
Wow. Wow.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Well, hey, thank you for those. So hopefully, Heather, you understand that no, you're not necessarily surrounded just in your neighborhood by the crazies. They're everywhere.
Right. And if you think that you don't have any crazy neighbors, maybe you're the one.
As I have now found out. All right, thanks.